Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Sam from the Soul of Stella. I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for being here. I am loving all the interactions, the comments, the likes, the shares. It's definitely helping my channel to grow, so I appreciate that. I'm going to keep bringing you as much content as I can. And today I'm coming to you with the February collective message. There's no agenda. We're just going to see what comes up and then investigate further. So because I'm reading for the collective, please, it's especially important to only take what resonates with you and don't let anything else take from you. Let's see. Spirit, talk to me. What does the collective need to know? What is happening in the collective in February? Are we celebrating something? We're working with some people, collaborating with some people on a passion project, possibly collaborating with just one other person that brings a lot to the table. Are you collaborating with someone who is very generous in their ideas? Or do you feel like you're the person who's very generous with your ideas and then there's someone who isn't quite being a team player? That could be a message for some of you. And if it's not working with someone else, this feels like a love situation where one person is more invested than the other. One person is giving more to the situation than the other. Yeah, you've got the Lovers in reverse there. I feel like the King of Wands, if you resonate as the King of Wands, whether that is you, whether you relate as a fire sign or whether you relate as someone who identifies as male, or just because you're someone who is like the more creative person or the more passionate person in this relationship, whether this is a work relationship or a love relationship, if you relate to this King of Wands, you're the one who is putting in more effort, and I do feel like you're the one who's putting in more money or resources or time. And then you've got a Queen of Swords over here who just doesn't feel like she's giving as much. And I say she only because she's a queen, but it's energy, not gender. I just feel like maybe it's because, and we've got Serenity at the bottom of the deck there. I think maybe because she's healing, yeah, and the universe. I think that if you've got a counterpart here in a job situation or a love situation, I think this person is really healing from possibly a broken heart, possibly from someone who was kind of like a player to this person, and this person thought that they could have like happy families with this Knight of Cups, but it just didn't work out that way. And they feel like they put a lot of effort into that, and so they're kind of holding back in this situation now. They're possibly healing from that. But I do feel like this might be someone that you've met traveling, or this person needs to go kind of on their own and take a little trip somewhere. And I'm also hearing like, and take this how it resonates, I know this is a very obscure message, but I'm also hearing this could be someone who's literally taken a trip and they haven't been the same since. I don't condone that kind of thing on my channel, but if that's the situation, and it could be like a, I was going to say ashwagandha, but it's not. It could be like a, the word has escaped me. Ayahuasca. It could be like an ayahuasca type situation, where that person just hasn't been the same since. I really feel like they went somewhere in their mind that they haven't been able to kind of come back down and ground back to earth, or ground back to you, okay? And I feel like this person needs a little bit of time to kind of go into hermit mode, kind of get themselves into a position where they're at peace with what they learnt there, what they learnt in this past situation, or in this past or parallel universe. I just heard. Wow. Okay. Interesting. There's definitely, and if they're not healing from a previous relationship, it's healing from like a family issue or a childhood issue. But I definitely feel like over this side, this feels more like, and that could be you, this could be you, take it how it resonates. But I do feel, I won't say that again, take a shot every time I say that. I won't say that again, but it just feels like this side is someone who is really focused on work, really focused on coin, really focused on like putting in the most and giving the most. And this is someone who, I just heard like move with your manifestations. This is someone who is really putting in the effort to create something here, to create something worthwhile. It feels like a passion project. It feels like something that they know could possibly give a lot to the world, but also, and I feel that because of the 3 of crystals here, it just feels like something that they can like give to someone else. And the 6 of crystals, where it feels like they can give this, it's something it almost like a legacy. And I think this person might have played a part in it at some point, but just for right now, this person is having a hard time connecting to the work. They're just a little bit like up in the air, a little bit airy-fairy. And I do feel like this person has the power to be like, if you're the creative, this person's the communicator, okay? If you're the creative, if you're the artist, this person is the marketer. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like this person's just not letting the team down, but just not in their element right now. And that's okay, because I do feel like you and you alone are coming into some sort of like recognition, reward or recognition for the part that you're playing in this situation. And if this is a love situation, I do feel like you're okay with this person having this time to figure themselves out, because you just feel that if you're the breadwinner in this situation, if you're the one like bringing home the bacon for the relationship, you do really understand that it's a give and take. You do really understand that there's it takes 2 to tango, and everyone has their ups and downs. And at the moment, with you being in like a generous state, or wanting to be in a generous state, you're okay with like taking the lead for the moment and being in the spotlight for the moment. Okay, this star card is really giving me like healing between the 2 parties, but also, and I keep moving these around, so it feels like something that's got a lot of moving parts, this project or this relationship. And again, it does bring me back to this universe card of potentially there's some travel going on, or there's distance between the 2 of you, not just like telepathically, and not just like physically. It could be distance in communication. It could be distance in actually getting together, sitting down and working on this. And it's just distance between the project that you both agreed to work on. But I do feel like there's success kind of overruling this. And it feels like there's going to be a time for harvest very soon. And that time will actually bring about like a lot of emotional fulfillment for the both of you. All right. Okay. We're going to get another message, because I just feel like that Spirit's like, yep. Okay. Good-o. Might use the Starman Tarot, actually. What other messages have you got for us then, Spirit? For the collective in February. What other messages have you got for the collective in February? I wish these cards were just a tiny bit thicker. I feel like I'm going to break them. Messages for the collective in February. What other messages? That's a lot. Aren't these cards insane? So cool. There's the 6 of Pentacles again. There's a sense of generosity coming for you in February, or coming for us, I should say, in February. Something that's really grounded in like good intentions as well. Then you've got the King of Wands. We had him just a second ago in reverse. Okay. So I do this as a lead on kind of message. This does kind of feel like someone who is in and out of the project, or once you reach a certain level of how did that want to come out as a blockage? Once you've reached like a certain level within this project, it does kind of feel like you can pull back your effort a little bit. Because you've set yourself up enough financially that you can kind of take a break. You can take a break from being super independent. So if we're leading on from that message prior, this does feel like, so we've got the Six of Pentacles upright, the King of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the Seven of Wands, the Lovers upright this time, the Tower in reverse, and Temperance in a blockage position. So it does kind of feel like things will turn around in the second half of February for this situation. Or there is another message here. With this generosity comes possibly like overexerting yourself for someone else. And you do realize that you're in a position that you can do that. But it does take away from the other passion project or the relationship for the time being. And it does involve you kind of like putting aside your own needs a little bit. But just be careful that this person or this thing that's taking your attention in the second half of February, just be careful that they have your best intentions at heart. It does feel like with the Tower in reverse and the Seven of Wands here, it does kind of feel like that it's almost like a warning that if you sway too far in one direction, of like going it alone, if there's a work connection partnership here or a love connection partnership here, going too far in one direction alone could bring about like a sense of impending doom. Like someone's going to start to feel like one person is outgrowing another, and I say that in terms of a relationship because you've got the Lovers in the middle of these two cards. Okay, so it feels like someone's going to feel like you're hiding. Like say it's you that is the passionate one, is the King of Wands one from the previous message. It feels like the other person who is doing their healing and coming like back down to earth from some kind of experience, like out of world experience that they've had, they are going to feel like perhaps they're missing a piece of information here, that you're not telling them everything, that you're kind of hiding something from them or playing games in regards to possibly to do with money, right? But there is a sense of like, this too shall pass with the, why did I say it like that? Pass? This too shall pass with the Temperance in the blockage position here. It just feels like a little bit of patience on both sides is what's really going to help this situation out. And then you see, it does kind of feel like the Lovers card. I mean, this Lovers card is like milk and honey. Such an amazing imagery with these cards. These cards are like artwork created for David Bowie. I always link my decks below, so if you're interested in these. But there's two people in this situation as well. So the Temperance does feel like it's patience on both sides. There's a sense of harmony that needs to come through on both sides. And it does feel like there's an awakening happening in this relationship because of the efforts that have been put in to, I feel like, job-related things, career-related things, passion project-related things, and feeling like you got to get back on the same page, okay? Got to get back on the same page. Otherwise, the foundations might be shaky. Or this is rebuilding some foundations as well. And so that is causing someone to be a little bit like, I heard precarious, because this person kind of like standing 1 foot on like a pillar that looks like it's crumbling. So it does feel like this person has like a little bit of like leftover anxiety about a situation that crumbled previously, and whether that was that past relationship we were talking about in the first read, or whether it is something that's happened literally between the two of you, because you've got the Lovers in the middle here, and this person is just like, well, this behavior is like giving me PTSD from the time that we like had to rebuild things to make them more stable. But I feel like your intentions are really good to restabilize something, and you're actually like self-sacrificing in a way to make sure you're stabilizing something. But don't self-sacrifice too much. There is this like little warning here that's like, don't self-sacrifice too much, because it could actually like throw the whole project out. It could actually turn your finances around to the point where you don't feel like you are stable, and that could cause you a lot of distrust. That could cause you a lot of anxiety. That could cause you to have this tower actually turn around and come back down again. Okay, can we get some more clarification, because that seems to be like a follow-on from that message. Too many. That was acceptance that just came out there. So it's like accepting the past for what it was, for what it is, and a need to move forward, a need to balance things out, a need to like not forgive and forget, but there is an element of that. And there you go, patience in reverse. Okay, so it's that temperance energy where it's like, yeah, just you're done being patient with this person, but it is kind of saying like, or this situation, but it is kind of saying you just need to expect the unexpected here. Okay, expect the unexpected. There's not much longer that this will be in kind of like a limbo state. There's not much longer that things will be in a limbo state. What has this got to do with, please, Spirit? What has this got to do with? We'll take that one as well, and I'll take the bottom. Courage, a journey, either physical or mental. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with that other person. They've really been on a journey, and possibly you went on this like trip. I'm just going to call it a trip. So whether it was like a vacation or whether it was something like what I talked about before, where it was some kind of like spiritual awakening or just something that took you out of your body. Fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, grey or white hair. The carriage energy is also giving me like chariot, right? Because it's literally the depiction of the chariot. And it does feel like this situation needs to move forward, and you're both very aware of that, and your patience is wearing thin. But in fact, expecting the unexpected is what is going to keep giving you hope in this situation. Younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. Okay, so if this is a work situation, it feels like a male dominant industry. Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. And we did have that star card coming out with the success, and you've got the Six of Pentacles here, which feels like equal give and take. It feels like generosity, reciprocity, that kind of thing. Bouquet, compliments from an admirer. All right. I think small gestures of appreciation are going to go a long way to extending this patience out for as long as possible. Okay. Let's get some info from the Megadeck, or some advice from the Megadeck. What's the advice for the collective for the month of February, and in particular in this situation? I just heard nostalgia and also Nostradam. Okay. But that's, no. That's two, I just said two different things. Notre Dame and Nostra, what's that philosopher? Star ancestors, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. If both of you have been on this spiritual awakening or spiritual journey, I feel one of you has gone a lot deeper and they're having a hard time grounding. And that can be very frustrating, especially when it comes to like, what you're bringing to the table at this point in time in a relationship. Inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. It's important that for the person that is feeling like they're doing the most, to keep tapping into the hidden messages, or your intuition, or coming back to your altar or something like that. Keep coming back to the part of devotion that I feel like you dipped your toe into, because that's what's going to help you to like or produce this milk and honey kind of moment between the two of you. That's definitely a love message there. It just feels like tapping into those small gestures can mean so much, and it does feel kind of it feels kind of tantric. It feels very soft and sensual, and just the smallest things can be like exemplified, can be expanded upon in such beautiful ways that it's almost like breathing life into your patience. Okay, if we were thinking of your belly, like if you take a big deep belly breath, it's like refueling that patient temple. Okay, and there's a lot of Gemini energy that I'm feeling, like matching pairs of people on these cards. And I feel like the reason you're being called to go a little bit deeper and to not always just focus on the coin is because not only will it connect you deeper to the person that you've had this experience with, and it will extend the patience, which makes life easier, right? I do also think that you'll get a lot of good ideas with this King of Wands in reverse now, and then the star ancestors giving you hidden secrets and lost wisdom. I do feel like this break or this trip or this vacation or this patient kind of, it gives me hangman vibes of just like taking a minute, this pause, and possibly the distance between you is going to give you answers towards the things that you actually are needing to like push forward on and move forward with. Okay, so it'll help you drive the relationship forward, the collaboration forward, but it will also give you insight into like what to do next that can possibly turn your situation around for the better. Okay, and avoid this Tower moment from either happening again or happening it's like building a bridge before you need it kind of thing. Fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. Yeah, and that's the Gemini energy again, feeling like the push and pull of well, why is this happening between the two of us? Loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. And there's that surrender energy again, fall into my arms. And it feels like Spirit is saying fall into this journey, because there you will find answers, there you will be held, there this relationship will be held and healed, right? That star energy that was coming in before. And know that this and that can be true. Like you can make money while you're healing, and you can feel confident and feel generous and overcome challenges by taking a break. You know, sometimes we often think that, well, if there's shit going on, I've got to get busy. But in fact, it feels like, no, you actually need to just melt like into this situation, and there you will find that valley of deep personal strength. And it feels like, as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, it feels like you're collecting some real nuggets of wisdom along the way here that is going to like be the gold. I hear like gold rimmed wheels in this situation. It's something that's going to put a lot of momentum forward into the 10 of Cups that we saw before, into that fame or like success energy that I saw before. And it really does give me like legacy vibes, where we have with the 2 6 of Pentacles coming up in both of these decks. It just feels like something that is lined with gold, like the path is golden ahead. So that is beautiful. Love that for you. To wrap up this collective reading, can we get a affirmator? I love these cards. Unicorn energy. We all need a bit of that in February. Okay, we'll take them. Positive thinking. In the garden of my mind, I water the good thoughts and weed out the bad ones. I throw in forgiveness and empathy seeds by the handful if I want, and I take a lawnmower to that jealousy and resentment patch. I'm a pretty badass mind gardener. Okay, so I do feel like this is asking you, whether you relate to that King of Wands energy or the Queen of Swords, it's time to have a positive mind frame about this, but also tend to your garden of your mind. And this is where, if this is you, in the King of Wands, feeling like you're in reverse here and feeling like you've got a creative block. I actually did a video not that long ago on my channel on how to release your creative block and what it might be. So tap into that if that's what you're feeling. But if that's you, the King of Wands in reverse at the end of the month, 1 minute you're feeling on top of the world and next minute you're feeling completely out of alignment, it's really asking you to dive deep into your like meditative practices, your spiritual practices. I'm also hearing like swimming laps, and just really tending to that mind garden and having forgiveness and patience and acceptance for what the other person is going through as well, because we all deal with different like jealous moments and insecure moments, and possibly like mini shake-ups in our life, that we need. If we can give someone the space and literally hold space, right, for this person, just being there, just being listening, just giving them space if that's what they want, and tending to you, then that can make all the difference. And then it will grow better things in your garden, okay? Because your mind, I really feel, that's where you're possibly stuck, and you need to come back to your heart space. Ideal partnership. I am a rare and precious find, and my brilliance will be reflected back to me when I am paired with a true match. My ideal partnerships and working relationships are easy and free-flowing. I deserve greatness because I am greatness. And, to paraphrase Rumi, what I'm looking for is also looking for me. In fact, he or she might be paraphrasing Rumi right now. Okay, so this is like wine and cheese. I feel like this is taking a minute to just really have like a step back. And that's the patience energy that I was feeling, but it's also that hangman energy that I was feeling, where it just Ace of Cups. There's diamonds in this heart space. There's crystals in this heart space for you to like renew your like overflowing cup of emotions. It's like asking you to like recharge, charge your heart's chakra, charge your heart space. The computer says yes. And when you do that, I feel like your ideal partnership will, because it's bringing you that brilliance, right? The crystals are charged, they're feeling more brilliant. The crystals inside your heart, it becomes more brilliant. That feeds into your creative ideas and your passions. I think then that you will bring the other person up to like also have positive thinking, but bring them up to that level where you can both be in alignment, so you can both move forward with that chariot carriage energy. Okay, so this is really a very cool message, actually. What you're looking for is also looking for you. It just might not be in the package that you expect. And it does require you to have some positive thinking that the ideal partnership is coming towards you. If this is a work-related thing, obviously that did talk about a work situation. And confidence. In this moment, I take a step back and look at myself with the pride of a good mother. I see an abundance of abilities and talents that show up all the time in big and little ways. If I could stick myself on a refrigerator, I would. I would invite all the neighbors over and say, look at that. Can you believe what an A+ that is? Yeah, it's like appreciating the little things as well. And I think that's where compliments from an admirer are really going to help you through this situation. But I mean, have positive thinking. You can give those small compliments to yourself. Make sure that you are acknowledging the small wins along the way as well. If you're having dealings with a younger man or a fair-haired man, and they're giving you compliments, I think that's really going to help you like just dial up that positive thinking a little bit more, which also then increases your confidence, which also then gives you a newfound perspective. Isn't it interesting that when we feel a little bit more confident about something, and when we think a little bit more positively about something, and we surrender to what is actually happening in the right now, that we actually feel less burdened by the things that we felt burdened by without the confidence and without the positive thinking. It just reframes everything for us. And I think this message for the collective is really about reframing your mindset, whether this is a love relationship or whether it's a work situation or anything else. I do really feel like this second message is all about a romantic interest. It does feel that there's just a need for patience, and it feels like a divine timing situation. And whichever side you relate to, it's all going to work out. That star energy just feels very healing. And so whether that means working out together or if it means working out separately, that is still working in the right direction and the best and highest good for you. That is the message that I'm getting for the collective for February. I hope it was useful. Let me know in the comments below if this resonates. You might want to come back at the end of the month and let me know how it has gone. But thank you so much for being here. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.